Hey guys, Strike here and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Now, where we left off, we were in this random bookstore that looks a whole lot more pixelated than I remember. Give me 1 second, just want to quickly make sure I am recording audio. Yes, I fucking am. There we go. Oh, I'm not fucking up that again. Really don't want to lose any more footage because, Jesus, I've dealt with that enough for the last few sessions. What do we got going on here? Closed curtains, huh? You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains? Nothing! Now please go back to browsing books. She fiddles with her pendant. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about. She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Examine the cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straws. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. From the looks of it, this is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. And who are the Seminese? Inhabitants of Isla de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it, suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Well, let's leave them for now. Maybe I can break into her home after dark and see what that's got to do with anything.
Welcome to
we never actually spoke to you, did we?
And biographies of famous people. My name is Plaisance.
That's not a real name. The clerk extends a greeting. I want none of it.
And please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
What the fuck are you talking about? A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber. What the fuck? Why do you like fish heads so much? So are you the owner of this store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice, high-pitched, sounds familiar. You've talked to her before, through the doorbell. She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right? Annette, yes, my daughter. Hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post, doing her job like a proper girl? Yes, of course. Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Yes. Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store. I'm not gonna grade a human being. I don't do that. Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. She crosses her arms. I expect an answer. 10. She's certainly very polite and helpful. My precious. Her dedication brings joy to my heart. She's immensely satisfied with the answer. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. Or, the way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Mind your own business, sir. Her posture becomes very rigid. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business. Denial is the way she copes with criticism. Let's change the subject for now. Girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed. Cursed? Who said that, Annette? She blinks. I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir. Really looks at it like it, considering looks like we're possibly the only other humans that have stepped foot in here for the last 2,000 years. What in God's name is she talking about? Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly. If I want to buy a book. Oh, goodness, you were already doing good browsing? What the fuck? Why'd you stop? She fiddles her pendant and waves her bony fingers directly at you. Don't you feel compelled? Go on, get back there. The books await you. Okay, I'll take another look. Farewell, book peddler. I'm gonna save and I'm gonna break into a terrifying bondage dungeon behind the lovely, lovely curtains. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more. Sir! Don't touch that! I told you it's off limits to the customers! Her hand is closed around her pendant. her fingers nervously playing with the talisman. Parapsychologically speaking, if we're done, if you decide to open them, I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous. This is about the curse. That's why you're afraid? No, it's just a storeroom for employees. I told you, now please step away from the curtains. She's almost begging you. Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer and I need to get in there. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness. I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go in there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers. Open them. No! She raises her hand to try and stop you. Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme. Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. Okay, well, ignore the curtains for now. Let's go talk to the little lady. And by little lady, I mean giant, manly, broad-shouldered lady.
And welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side. I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books. She recites it like a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of. So your business is thriving because the curse invades people's minds, huh? And it's like, hey, go buy a fucking book. If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a Seminoles ward protecting it? It's just for decoration. She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed, just like Annette said. I don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. You happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything? She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant. Take it easy. Broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain nothing. Have you sought help from anyone? Yes. I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Seminoles mediators. They provided me with the wards. She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear it's not enough. How does this curse manifest itself? A shiver runs through the woman. She looks around in the dimly lit store. The curse, it's so much worse than you can imagine. It's a disease eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. She peers at the curtains again. Didn't that curtain just move? Ned mentioned the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles. It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacao daemons feeding off the bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here. Sounds familiar. Strange. I feel unwanted. What does it mean? Truly so? Her eyes narrow as she tries to get a read on your energy. Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous. Is your pendant part of the wards as well? Oh, this? She holds the pendant in her palm. Its ochre heart glistens under the lights. No, it's a special Himalayan amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. She nods. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%. Desert pygmy shamans? Sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people. Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers around except you. There are hardly any customers in the store. Do you really think it's working? She nudges her spectacles. Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid. Have you ever thought about a sale? Maybe that could lure in some customers, or... I'm only trying to help. What about the neon signs and blinking lights? You could try being friendlier. Maybe you should try to reconceptualize your business. Martinez doesn't look like... No, let's not say that. A sale. Discount my wares? Can see, sir, that you don't value books very highly. Besides, this would only tempt the phantoms of doom. They can sense the desperation, you know. And maybe stop talking about being desperate. Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate. See if the curse is real. Most certainly not! I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away! Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber. My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Let's convince her, shall we, with my lovely drama powers? There we go. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend! Show her what the world-class perfidy looks like! I don't know what any of that means. Ma'am, I came to help. I've handled paranatural situations before. Actually, what if I don't want to lie? You're not lying, you're giving her the peace of mind! The means that's justified. Are you sure? She looks skeptical. Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. I sense the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out. I'm not sure if I trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. Sorry for being so blunt, but... The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then. Rock a world. He thinks. I'll compose some notes. You see, okay, I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is psychologically taxing. How do you know all this? Here we go! Your wards brought me here in the first place. The Seminole's blood also runs through me. Or I am the Void Revenant! I have the powers to de-bad all the bad energies. We'll go with the first one. You're part Seminese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us! But I'm not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You're certain you can help us keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us. No problem whatsoever. Your family is safe. The phantoms are no match for me. She shuffles nervously. If you promise, good officer, then... She pauses. It might be our last hope. Do you swear it? On my honor and on heart. Thank you, sir. Timid sigh of relief followed by a cautious smile. There's one more thing I haven't told you yet. The entity. Don't act surprised. You know of these things, sire. Of course, the entity. For I have sensed its presence. You have? The entity takes the form of a woman. A witch, probably. I've suspected that she might be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney? Chimney. Passage between heaven and hell, of course. Yes, that chimney is a part of the building's central furnace. It's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. She shivers. You should go find the entity and ask what happens to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please, do return to me after you've looked around. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there. Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared. Do we actually have any more questions about this? No, we don't. Okay, well, I can't believe that went as well as it did. I'm also amazed that this place is fucking cursed, but that doesn't mean I'm not excited to find out what's in there. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, a shadow looming over it like an omen. Small, terrified escapes from Plaisance, or Plaisance, or whatever the fuck, as she tries her best to look away, a round face buried in her hands. Well, let's take the flashlight. We don't know what the fuck we're gonna find in here. Oh boy, what the hell is this? These really are terrifying little wards, huh? Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. Okay, sure. And what are you? A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Oh, that's a man? Oh, fair enough. Kim, are you sure about this? Break down the door. Oh, are you fucking kidding? Oh, so I could have gone in here without actually convincing her. Let's knock first. Heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Semini's trinkets and charms. Appears to be locked. Only an echo. No one is there. Let's unlock the door then. After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room. You feel the tiny hair on the back of your neck rise up, as if someone's standing right behind you. What is this feeling? Outside, the wind howls in from across the bay. The building at Rue de Saint-Ghislain stands like a matchbox on its side, with men inside like little wooden sticks ready to catch fire. A panicking woman squeezes the pendant around her neck until it leaves a mark inside her palm. A man, a few meters away, stands frozen with a key in his hand. Somewhere inside, a spider is spinning its web. Well, I open the door. I feel like we're more badass than Kim, right? At least we're a little scarier. We might as well take it first. We don't want Kim to know that we're a pathetic little man anyway. It's just a fucking gym. Why is this so terrifying? Oh, I can talk to you? Hey, what Kim, it's been a while. Lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. I think it may be Armatep's boxing club for young athletes. I think you're right, he says. Though it looks like no one's been in here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. An eerie feeling rises in your chest. What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages? Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations, where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there isn't going to be supernatural shit in this game, right? Although we did meet the terrifying... shopper bought, sure, I'll take it. It's worth $4.50. We're rich! The poster says Sidious Fortis. The rest is worn off. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was slightly supernatural when we were dealing with the fucking shiny rich man. Does he count? Even though apparently that's a real phenomenon. A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your that's nothing. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar? Notice collars. Yeah, this is a bad idea. Look, wait, is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter? No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. And the feeling is gone. It's just a memory. Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. You're right. Weights may fall off. Better not touch it then. Kind of bastard will remove the collars! It should be a felony! It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating. But it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore. Yeah, let's not lift that. We could show off later. In fact, I kind of want to see what it looks like, though. I know I'm going to spend like an actual hour here trying to lift it, but I want to see what my guy does. Or at least I want to see him fail. Oh yes, here we go. It's the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Can I be bothered to ever try that again? What's the time? Yeah, that's the right time. I was just making sure I actually did quick save. It'd be pretty awful if I did. So I'm gonna stop trying this because it keeps giving me fucking heart attacks, and I don't want a goddamn heart attack, this poor bastard. Like, yes. He's not even getting a chance to lift it at this point, and it's fucking happening. So, yeah, let's pretend that's not a thing. And make our way. Oh my god, okay, this is starting to look a little bit more cursed. The fuck happened here? The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Looks like the remains of the 24-hour window repair shop. Unfortunately, they could just never repair themselves. Man, this is a much bigger area than I expected. What the fuck? What's in here? Listen to this music, dude. It's terrifying. A large demijohn, whatever the fuck that is, full of a strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Poor animals. No rest for their bodies after death. True, they don't even get to go anywhere normal. They have to... What the fuck is any of this? They're gonna have a hermit in here, aren't they? Trying to keep them out or something? Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. Oh, I don't like mannequins. What's going on? A naked mannequin torso. Strange yellow color. This is actually kind of creepy, but I found $3 or 3 reals, so I'm happy about it. What do we got here? Examine it, you fuck. Blue velvet. Soft to the touch. Moth bitten. Is this Emma's atelier? I don't know what that means. I don't remember who Emma is or why we need her atelier. Or whatever. Give me more money, please. Oh yeah, whole real 50. I'm rich, motherfucker. I'm rich. What do we got here? Project Dread board. Okay. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing is faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. Expect the drawings. These live, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You can make out autumnal candle welkins casting a wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin. And even aether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space? Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins appears to be towering above the rest. Appears to be different, however. Examine. It's Varamira, a high welkin. His face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says all non-welkin races must be purged. The Hulder, the Dwarg, the humans, and even the headless men, all of them purged! Imagine, a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, tread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all. The lieutenant can't help but comment. An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. One of them is a welkin supremacist. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too. Kim nods at the welkin's facial hair. Why would anyone spend so much time on this? Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the welkins. Just look at those details. So much effort. And for what? All gone. Not necessarily. I mean, I imagine someone's still here. Inspect the photos. Photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees groaning under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm, animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into the glaciers by boreal dwarg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Viral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe." Inspect the schedule. It's a monthly calendar from the year 50. I don't remember what year we're in. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimum, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid. The grand scheme of production and money. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge of the abyss. An abyss of production. These squares look orderly, but beneath them is chaos, worry, pain. Mini meeting. Okay. It's part of a bigger framework for managing called RUN, R-U-N. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. What happened? As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region. The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness and concludes, looks like they didn't make it. A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, see the production schedule for filament for details. Inspect the notes. Handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. Call in, tune out, virile untethered, and heat death of the universe. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise. Why is it unwise to look at the bookstore? I'm so very confused by literally everything that's ever going on in this place. Mainframe. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and wired framework. Keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer. A radio computer, says the lieutenant, watching you circle around the machine. Just sitting here without anyone in sight. He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. Do you think I should turn it on? We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it. Turn on machine. Machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing virescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. Yeah, look inside the compartment, I guess. It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling. Disconnected. This is where the memory should go. Lieutenant notes, observing the machine. Press play. Nothing happens. Press play again. Nothing happens. Press print. Nothing happens. Fuck. I guess that was to be expected if the memory is hanging out or whatever the fuck. I'm smart. Frequency fireplay. I build computers. What the fuck am I talking? The memory is hanging out. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. Looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being? Symbols seem very esoteric. Hey Siri. Define esoteric.
Esoteric means intended for all, likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest.
So like a really special word for niche, huh? The whole thing resembles Keygen mosaic tiles. Very Pysantic. Well, what am I looking at? And how do I know what Keygen mosaic tiles are supposed to look like? History class. Students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles look beautiful in the sun. What am I looking at? Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, blah blah blah, more. Some written notes too, sparse and cryptic. Radio frequencies. For what? Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system, split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. So we're dealing with something medical here. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations. All lead back to one red heart titled the Game Master frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station at once. Wait, who's the Game Master? Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. If it's a game, then who's playing? Whoever decides to call into a call-in station, it looks like. All of this gone. Left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off. My god. Lieutenant leans in closer, his finger tracking the maddening rhizome. It's as if for the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Why do you say that? The schedule. He nods at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding. What else? Nothing. Just lines on marble. An echo from times long ago. No one has used this fireplace in ages. Excuse me. By the way, I am still a little sick. And it's gross, so, yeah, enjoy my endless coughing. Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Huh. Are you nodding to yourselves there, guys?
That computer, chalkboard, and fireplace.
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program. No, that's not it. I think, the lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it. Make it work on radio computers. Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment. How are they planning to do that? Through call-in stations. He nods at the fireplace. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game as long as they have a two-way radio. And there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. Thing that was supposed to coordinate the stories. Functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts. Has anyone ever done this before? Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. I've changed his voice, haven't I? It's been days since I played, since I'm currently recording over the Christmas period. Not in Revachol, west, among the ruins. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create a Intersolary game before. We just don't have the technology. And this was a role-playing game. Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. He points to the chalkboard. Role-playing people love that stuff. What looks like a modified version of the Virile board game, with heat death thrown in. Super cool, Super cool! Someone should give him millions of real immediately! This game is too good to be left unfinished. What do you think happened to the company? No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Wow. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but Lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it. A half smile breaks out on his face. It's too late for that, I'm afraid, he says, looking around in the derelict room. The pipes howl as a rat crosses the floor. Okay, let's keep moving. The hell else could be in here? And why the hell does she think this place is cursed? It seems fine to me. I just don't understand how this was going on in her building. I guess maybe these guys are one of the failed business ventures that, Annette told us about. Ooh, some drugs and money. Wonderful. Exactly all you need in the world. Except it's not. Don't do drugs, kids. Do some drugs, kids. Don't do... I ain't vouching for the... Shut up, me.